And we'll let these fine folks take it, but great group of people on a very interesting boat, and they just did a stellar job. They beat everybody else in the club who was racing, and that's not a small number. So looking forward to hearing what they have to say.
Okay.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Anthony, so I'm more like talking to the computer screen or to y'all, or to mix and
Either.
match. Yeah. I'm Anthony Boscolo, one of three.
Yeah, I'm Michael Karras, and Molly is it online?
At the top.
And there's Mara too,
Yeah. Hi,
our
Mara.
daughter.
You'll see her more in the presentation. Yeah, so the three of us are the Puget Sound Navigation Company. Yeah, so it sounds like most people are familiar with the race, but just to go over a couple of highlights about what it is and see if I can actually switch slides. Did I do that? Yeah. So you guys know this, but just as a quick high-level introduction, put on by the Northwest Maritime Center. They do the race to Alaska and the 70-48. All like really interesting takes on boat racing, right? They sort of have reinvented locally like what a sailboat race or a boat race looks like. And the Washington 360 is another one of these, which has been pretty fun to be a part of. Roughly 350 miles, Port Townsend to Olympia Shoal, all the way up to Point Roberts, and then back to Port Townsend with a few little decisions to be made in the middle. Actually, a lot of them all the whole time. And there's basically two divisions. There's a muscle power and a wind division. So if you're just going to row the whole way, or paddle, or swim, or whatever variation on using your muscles, that's one group. And then the rest of us with our sails. I think these are the stats for this last go around. The 91 teams registered and 57 finished. Yeah. It's really I'm gonna play this little video, which is it was Northwest Maritime Center made this video, but it is just like gives you a picture of the start and the variety of boats there if you weren't there for the start. There's all types, shapes, monohulls, multi-hulls, little small one-off carbon dinghies, plastic rotomold boats, a little bit of everything. And which is kind of the beauty of these Northwest Maritime Center events in my mind. Like, it's just really entertaining to have everyone out there and see the strengths and weaknesses of all the different boats that people get to use. So yeah, just kind of letting this thing play through. We had great conditions, as you guys can see, and for those who participated, I'm sure at least for the first 2.5 days of the race, the weather was really nice. Slightly on the light side, but was really good. So yeah, and that speed demon. Yeah, I don't know how many multi-hulls there were, but I think Michael was joking that this might have been the It's a question to you all. Was this the biggest multi-hull event that we've had? Or I don't know.
I don't know. It's interesting that
I'm sure
they
it's the
always
biggest ball
pretty close for sure.
That's where they have one too, but
Yeah, they both have pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
They're multi-hulls are good matches for both of the races.
Yeah.
360 and archery.
I'm trying to figure out how to go to the next slide while we.
You had it below, right? No, there's two.
Oh, is it?
So can I, while you guys are doing that, can I ask just one question?
Yeah.
So your name, Puget Sound Navigation Company.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do with the original Puget Sound Navigation Company,
Not
the
any
predecessor of the Black Ball Ferry Line?
That was kind of the idea.
That was the idea.
Yeah, it's just like, we're going to be navigating all of Puget Sound, and like this is what the Black Ball Line kind of did, and that's sort of a fun name to just.
Yeah, sort of a play on words
Yeah.
too. Like we're navigating Puget Sound.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah.
it's not a corporation.
No,
we're not
we're a company of three.
Yeah. Me, it sounded like
Yeah.
No, I didn't touch it.
Had to go down the Joshua Green building first.
No, we just went,
And hopefully they don't ask for royalty.
yeah. But I mean, the idea of just like navigating, it's like, and I like the idea of the black ball ferry line system, just like boats running everywhere, moving people everywhere, kind of fun. Mike's gonna jump in here.
Yeah, and it's a good segue. The Puget Sound Navigation Company did own a boat that was called the Kalakala, and it looks very like the cat of our boat. And this is our the boat, the Goujon 32. Molly and I bought this from Russell. It's been a few years ago now. Designed by the Goujon brothers, who started West Systems Epoxy. 32 feet long, pretty narrow beam, a little over 8 feet, and yeah, centerboard boat, has water ballast. You can put in about 600 pounds of water ballast, and yeah, there was just a short run of boats, so there's only 14, but it's a pretty cool little quirky boat. It's really popular. So as I mentioned, Russell bought it a while back, and he had a blog where he kind of documented his refurbishing of this boat, and he did a lot to the boat and made it sort of what it is now, and it's pretty good.
He gave us a tour of the shop in 2014, I think. And he was just shipping the gel coat.
Oh, yeah.
At that time. So walk us through what he was doing.
Yeah, and that was quite a job, and he did great. Great.
And there, it's like whole floor there is covered with these little gel coats. And how are you getting that off of there? It's like industry time.
One scrape at a time. Yeah.
Did you chip all of the gel coat off?
Yeah,
Most of it. I
most
think
of it.
everything
There's-
waterline down was all chipped off, and even up a bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Who picked it off or?
like a scraper is my understanding.
Come back.
The whole truck is full of chips. Like dime size, smaller. And you weighed the stuff. I mean, took it off. Put it in buckets and he weighed what he removed. It was significant, I guess.
Did he give you that tally?
No, he did not.
Is it a pure weight savings exercise or what?
Well, the gel coat wasn't adhering well, so it was more than that.
Combination.
Yeah.
So they put gel coat over epoxy?
Yeah, and that was it.
Like in the original
Yeah,
builds.
yeah.
Did you buy it?
Yeah, so we a little bit of both, but what appeals to us is kind of everything, and we probably use it a lot more to cruise with everybody than race. We do races, but I think the beauty of the boat is you can race it, you can race it pretty hard and race it on edge. You can also roll up the sails, put ballast in, and be a pretty kind of efficient little, I wouldn't call it quite a day sailor, but we've gone up for a week before and run and get places a lot faster than just
Okay, so you say racing. What percentage of the races that you entered did you? 80, 90s?
yeah, something like that.
Something like
No.
that. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
And the other question I have, is probably, how did you hold off that super looking trimaran with I don't know, like.
No, they did it to themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
get into that.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll
I
get into
kinda
it.
figured they would be the cat's meow, but
Yeah.
I know this boat is also very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I've watched Russell over the years race it too,
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
the boat's got some history too,
Yeah.
going fast.
A little bit about the team. This is us. This
Yeah.
is Mike, Molly, Anthony. Molly and I, we're all sort of grew up dinghy sailing from around here. Molly and I done most of our sailing together in the Tazar. We've sailed all around the world, internationally. nationally here, kind of get on every boat we can. Molly, born and raised on Bainbridge, and grew up in a sailing family. And I've known Anthony since junior sailing, like when we took sailing class together, and we sailed with and against each other all through junior sailing, college. We did a brief Olympic campaign, the 49er, and then afterwards, so we know each other, we're great friends, we get along, we know how we all think and work together really well. So intro to the race. So one of the design features of the Goujon 32 was its ability to self-right a capsize.
So we'll watch a little self-writing video for a moment.
So something like this happened to me right after the race to the Straits this year. We had finished the race. Tide, we had to get home, but the tide was good, the wind was good, and dropped off Molly on Anthony's boat, and they went into Port Madison, and I decided to sail the boat home myself, and ended up in kind of blustery conditions, didn't use the jib fast enough, and the boat kept going over. And that was the first time I had capsized the boat. And something I really wanted to do and really wanted to practice, especially before a race like this. And it happened inadvertently. And everything, I end up figuring out the self-writing kind of on the fly on my own, which is great. But one thing went wrong, and that was that the base of the mast came off the mast step. So
Landed
when
on the cabin.
righted it, it ended up on the cabin top, and I was holding the mast base by my hand and steering with the other hand, and like got 15 gusting to 18, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next, and a little bit of cabin top damage occurred. So unfortunate part bit is that added a little bit more prep that we needed to do prior to the Washington 360. And so that's kind of started our whole preparation, real and true preparation for this race. So this is kind of a step-by-step photo of kind of that repair, the cabin top repair.
Did you talk to Russ or the Hive? What did you do wrong? What did you do wrong? Or did they do that?
Yeah,
How did it come off the case?
Yeah.
I let too much slack off in the systems on the running backs, and
Coming back up.
yeah, while I was in the water, I was monkeying around and stuff and let too much slack into the system. And basically the way that the boat ended up rotating was mass of the wind, so the mass was actually getting pulled away.
The boat was drifting away
from the mast, and so everything was sort of working against it.
Or were you swimming?
Can I ask a question in here?
Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
A little background here. I just bought a G32. I haven't sailed
Oh.
it yet. And I'm wondering, thank you. I'm going to try it tomorrow. Yeah. When you say, I know that Russell had done something with the running backs different, or maybe not. I'm just interested in what happened there. I don't want to be in the same place if I can help it.
Just don't have slack in your running backs when you're doing this.
Yeah, don't build up too much slack. So I think the difference he did in the running backs, I think there's a original rigging, there's a backstay and runners, and he combined that into one. So he has like basically running backs with I don't know, like
okay, so you don't have a
you don't have a
separate stay. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I think
I'm
that's
interested.
easier to manage.
I'm fascinated.
Just as a quick little safety thing on this whole deal, I learned to appreciate the value of being able to have a cell phone watch that you can. Michael was on the phone with us while driving and holding onto the mast base, talking through his watch, which is pretty huge. And I mean, not that we were able to do much to facilitate the rescue, but like the fact that he could be on the phone while doing all of it at once
Right.
is pretty good. You can have your hands full and be on the phone.
Yeah, that was actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
More boat prep. I
yeah, so
think.
that leads into boat prep and kind of things we did and maybe a little video of how we prepped up, staged the cabin.
Foundation.
Yeah.
The whiskey bag. Super dry down in the bag. Cover is like non-event, trying to keep the minimum. Got our kitchen set up. Things, not doing anything. And we don't have to like. So, friends, all of our food organizations down as well.
A lot of these videos are all just like stuff we pulled from our social media feeds and stuff like that. So some of it may be new content, some not, but yeah. Let's see if I can get to the next slide.
What are you working on there?
We swapped out the screecher furler for a continuous loop screecher furler.
On the pedal drive side of the equation, I don't know, Russell had mentioned that, you know, maybe there is some room for improvement. So I kind of, I built, when Michael and I and a number of others did the Race to Alaska in 2016, and I did the pedal drive, where I worked a lot on the pedal drive for that. And so I'm really familiar with it. And so I was like, okay, I'll see what kind of tweaks we can make to the pedal drive on incognito. End up taking parts of it back to the house and trying to get some friction out of the system. It was a little bit draggy, it felt like. I don't know that we've really made any substantial improvements on what Russell did, but for the race, we turned the prop from a puller prop to a pusher prop. So we 180'd its position relative to the drive shaft. And we ultimately decided that shorter cranks on the bicycle pedals were more ergonomic for us. Also,
Why did you go pull it and push it?
I felt like as a puller, you're driving so much like accelerated water directly into the drive shaft. I mean, the drive shaft's not inconsequential. It's
I mean
almost
the foil basically.
that foil element, which contains the vertical leg of the drive, is going through the water. That thing's like 2 inches wide, and you're sending a lot of water right into a 2-inch, I mean, airfoiled, but a pretty substantial, area. So I thought maybe a pusher would be better. We sure do. Yeah, I don't, who knows?
The other
Yeah.
thing, it was driving water inside the cowling and causing turbulence inside the cowling. So by flipping it around, we sealed off that cowling. So we're not circulating water inside that cowling, whether that, I mean,
Yeah.
there's something going on in there, whether.
Yeah, I'm not sure, like, ultimately if we gained much there. I do think fundamentally we saved something in friction. I'm not going to go totally into the weeds, but the shaft that the propeller is hooked to is getting pulled out of the ball bearings, out of the hole. There's nothing keeping it really in, and there's some friction gained in that system. But by switching it to a pusher and getting a radial drive bearing on the other end, we're able to kind of carry some of the driving force loads that weren't accurately carried in the other system. So a little bit of a gain. And then the shorter cranks was huge, and trying to get a system that was set up well for different leg lengths. It's a really big deal when you're sitting on a pedal drive, and Molly's a little bit shorter and everyone's got different femur lengths and stuff, and trying to be in the right position. And we just found by shortening the cranks up, it just made the whole system a little easier for us all to use. So
Are they standard bicycle length cranks?
the original ones were, I mean, they look like they're off a traditional like mountain bike. I think they're 175s, and we ended up using ones, we bought a bunch, and we ended up using, I think, 160s or 155s, like a fair amount shorter. And yeah, I think these are more photos of us tinkering, and I will say I got myself into a pickle by opening up this ball of wax. Like Russell had all sorts of ways of waterproofing this that I didn't quite realize. And my first round of putting it back together, it was leaking, and it was hard to like. This is basically a custom 5200 like seal that the drive shaft runs around. So you take that thing apart and cut it apart. It takes a while for it to dry and rebuild. And
Did you talk to Russell a lot when you were doing stuff?
I didn't want to harass the guy too much. I talked to him a couple times, but not a lot. Yeah, and he's got good photos on his website for how he put it together. So, there's maybe some
Testing videos.
these are kind of goofy, but we were switching different props through and going back and forth inside the marina in Port Townsend, trying to see what prop size was really giving us the best speed. Like weird.
So there's a video that using the APC prop.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got
Probably
like
playing.
yeah. I think the APC is good.
Yeah,
I think if you got two people pedaling, it's not strong.
Right.
I think you need to go something more.
you might get flex.
This is me trying to knock down the dead spot in your power zone by hooking some ropes up. Anyway,
I said
and
that did work.
we gained an extra knot, but I was having a heart attack almost. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was worth it.
It looks like those little guys trying to zip flying machines.
Yeah, no, totally.
Wait,
Oh yeah, that's what I was really enjoying. We did end up doing that, but at that point we didn't have them on there. Yeah.
Pretty good, you're right.
Oh, it's so goofy. Let's see. Next one's 14. Yeah, that's in its final configuration as a pusher. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is good stuff. Yeah, some more testing videos. A
This
little.
ended up sort of being our mode.
Yeah.
did you have a chair to sit in, or were you just on that?
On the bench
On the
in the boat.
bench, and we had bought like square yoga pads, so you could put two underneath you, one behind you, or two behind you, one underneath you, so everybody could set up the pads however they wanted. So you can see I've got one behind my back, and everybody needed a different pad configuration. Yeah,
wrong way.
this one and then the next one.
Sorry, 14.
Okay,
Oh.
just keep going to something.
Oh, I see. Every time there's a video. So yeah, onto navigation for this race. We grew up, we've mostly sailed in the central Puget Sound and haven't really gone north or south that much, and especially for racing. And we were digging around trying to find good tidal, like surface water information. We found this website to be the jam for us. Like it gives you hour by hour forecast information, takes into account river flow, right? Like all of it. And it only does like a 3-day look ahead in its prediction. So you can't like plan too far in advance.
There's river flow and wind
And wind, yeah. Forecasted wind, I think.
forecast. Wind.
Yeah. So
It's called Menus.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and there's a lot of stuff in there, but you go down to Salish Sea Current. It's like one of the quick crews, and then it gives you the little 3-day window that you can do like surface water.
And the resolution's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
You can really dial down.
And there's no cost for this?
No,
It's a government.
yeah, it's like
We use that for the snow mission.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
It's
really
amazing.
good. Yeah,
And this was actually the most reliable prediction, better than none of the wind models really worked that we were going through. This is more reliable than all the wind forecasts.
and we'll probably get into it a little bit, but as we got into like when you're pedaling your way around Puget Sound, like every knot makes a huge difference. And so like yeah, exactly, like okay, what does this thing say it's going to be doing right now near shore? You're like, and not that it was 100% right, but it gave you some more confidence in what you were doing, which encourages you to keep pedaling. And you're like, I'm not,
Yeah,
you're like,
just
oh,
don't care.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
for sure, yeah, lots of them. And it's real, especially at the big tidal interfaces, like at the from Admiralty Inlet into Puget Sound or into the San Juans, there's some big swirls that happen at some of those things, and then they'll settle out into like normal flow for a while, and then the big swirl happens the other way, and it shows all of it hour by hour. So it's really cool. I don't know. It gets a solid 20. Yeah, I mean, the motivational force of feeling like you're going the right direction is pretty huge. So yeah. When it's dark out, and yeah. So the next few slide, or actually next lot of slides, are just kind of like step by step of the race. And I don't know, we can fly through them, we can go slow if there's that people we're racing to and they want to talk about stuff. But it's more of just how the race played out for us a little bit.
How
And
many people here today during the race? Yeah. People? Anybody else?
yeah. Yeah, so anyway, however we want to do this, but we could talk a lot about every wind shift. I don't know if I need to go to that detail, but anyway, Mike, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So I mean, I think the start was, I mean, we saw the video, it's pretty light. And I think there's a few key, I think prior to the race, for our race strategy, there was kind of a few key decision points. One of them was to go through the Port Townsend Canal or to go around Maristone. And the other one would have been inside or outside of Vashon. And then I think the third one is probably Swinomish Channel, Swinomish Slough, or Deception. And I think they all revolved around quite a bit current, but also wind speed. And I think there was a big split here at the beginning where if you looked at some wind forecasts, there was going to be enough wind to overcome any deficit of distance. And for us, a lot of times, if there's any doubt, we just went for shortest distance.
Is that really true?
Michael was a big pusher for that. Like
We'll
the short.
talk more about that later.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, except for the one time that
That's our biggest mistake.
that was our biggest mistake when we didn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the next, Molly, you could see her on the screen right now. She's got a big grin because she was like, "You're not following the strategy. So Kovos or not to Kovos." Yeah. So yeah, was a huge point of discussion on our boat, and
Isn't the current always going north? I've heard that about this.
Yes, it is.
yeah, which is the reason we didn't go in there, and which was not a good.
So we looked at the wind model. We didn't see a good wind model in there. We saw more breeze around the outside. The sea cart, I mean, it was up until the very last second. We saw the sea cart go outside. We saw that there's wind on the outside, good wind. I mean, we were going like 13 knots.
Yeah, exactly.
And based on the inputs we had, our thought was it sure sucked to be in Colvos pedaling against current.
Yeah.
So that's what.
In the afternoon though, Colvos, when it's hot like that, Colvos almost always has good breeze until the sun sets. And then
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'll call you next time.
Yeah, call me next time. Yeah.
Yeah, like I haven't gone around enough times. I've done it like twice, and I just didn't know. And I was like, well, this is what I can see.
Yeah.
Like I'm a heavy vote toward.
We debated pretty hard. But
Okay.
how you guys going down?
And it's a north wind, right?
It's like,
It was north breeze. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
We're
um,
sailing down under Spinnaker, coming down here. Yeah.
we took a drive. So.
Yeah, it honestly felt great until you got to
Yep.
right
Yeah,
about where my
there's a hot
cursor
spot.
is. Yeah. And then
Really.
it proceeded to start sweating profusely. So next,
Yeah,
it
you
does-
just do this one.
that's where we go again. Yeah, so there's another update of the screen over here. Like the sea cart, for people, you guess no one got a chance to see it the way we did. They were like in a vacuum. This boat, this trimaran in blue, which is like super fast trimaran. They were stuck to the shore like glue. Like they weren't moving at all. And it was a good wind indicator for us to stay wide.
Oh,
We came around as wide as we could from them. Yeah, we are a monohull. We're the orange monohull here. I don't know. The graphics can't do a catamaran, I guess. So, but yeah, this is the orange one is us. This is the sea cart. I don't know who all the exact names.
Jeff, you're
Well,
you're
yeah, the
one of
black
those
one,
two.
Yeah,
Okay.
Red Duck, and then I
Yeah.
think, is that Tatiana or?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'm sure,
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, so anyway, we got some this is some friends that are Gig Harbor folks that came out and yelled at us. This is so you can see we're down by Point Defiance here. There is real glassy, and just watching the fleet fly down Colvos
Depressing.
as we're
isn't it?
sitting there just
You guys
sweating
are
and
watching the tracker, that's.
oh
bad.
man, yeah, it's real
Yeah,
bad.
you should put the phones on.
Yeah, we just knew we needed to get our nose out there and just so anyway kept plugging along. Again, another photo, the same thing is a number of the fleet have kind of passed by going down Colvos, and yeah, we were just sort of struggling. This is
No,
a shot from that exact spot.
now you guys are running, I guess you're calling that your screecher and a jib,
Yeah,
the double, you did quite a bit of that, double slot. stuff?
yeah, I think so. I mean,
We learned more about it as we went. I mean, I think at this point, we're sort of desperate to get as much sail area as we could.
yeah,
But I think probably later in the race, we probably wouldn't have had the jib up.
I was just wondering if it was a characteristic, maybe that boat, and cruise sort of, puts pretty high. I don't know if that was like a.
Yeah.
Boat specific technique.
I don't know. I mean, I think that yeah, for us, it's just like in that light area, just like as much center as you can get away with. Yeah, and when it's light and you're pedal driving, the apparent wind's so far forward, the only sail you can really have up is your main and something that's really flat.
Yeah.
You know, like a jib or a screecher like that or whatever it's called. Okay, so we've now progressed down into the South Sound. Yeah, once we put our nose out into Colvos, it was great sailing, and that was fun for a bit until this reset that like the brakes got hit right around here for everyone.
Yeah.
And basically, at least for us, from here, and you can't see it, it goes all the way down off the screen. That was pretty much pedaling or very slight sail assisted pedaling.
Brutal.
Yeah, 12 hours or something, or 20, or was it 12? Yeah, 12. For us, it was something like that.
So up until there,
We're
forcing yourselves to sleep or anything like that, or were all three of you awake that whole?
oh, that's a good
We were, so at this point, I was trying to at least lay down. We had a 2-hour watch rotation, which ended up not really being very good for sleep. You got a little bit of rest in, but you pretty much had enough time to like maybe wind down a little bit, eat something, and maybe lay down. During the section where we're pedaling, you're just so hot and sweaty. It takes a while to like wind down enough. So like at night, none of us were ever really tired because we'd been basically pedaling.
Excuse me, what kind of speed can you make with just in flat water pedaling?
Yeah, one second. Bruce, did you ask the question about flat water pedaling speed?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we could one person very sustainable 2.5 knots. You
Okay.
could push with one person pedaling to 3. If you added a person paddling and pedaling, we would get to like 3.25 to 3.5.
okay.
Yeah, knots.
You guys are pretty energetic.
Yeah.
And then did you just not have the first night we camped with Blake and the next day down, and it was very light, but there were enough tops that we could kind of grab them with this thing so we could go. I think we had enough room.
Yeah, I mean, we had breeze. So I was on I mean, I actually slept from right here, so Michael can answer. I woke up over here somewhere. That that first bit, like on average, it was just whispers of wind coming
Yeah.
through.
Fairly.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. We
So my
never,
question was before the race.
yeah.
Were you really well rested and had really good night's sleep? Or
No,
like a lot of teams.
no,
Yeah, we were panicking. Yeah,
well, for me, I had like COVID or something. I actually thought I should not race until like the Thursday before the race. I was like, should we even be racing? I was so out of it. I had fever. I was bedridden for like a full day. And I don't know, Molly. I don't know. I literally asked Molly, I was like, should we just pull the plug on this whole thing? This whole time it got worse for a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can speak to that a little bit later, but
yeah.
I was in bad shape, really bad shape.
The boat was pretty ready though.
Yeah,
boat was ready.
yeah,
The boat was ready and their food and everything provision wise is ready. We just, yeah.
yeah. We had a easy night beforehand. We were all at our house and we got to bed early. We didn't need to do really any prep the day before.
And I also just really quick, the boat doesn't take that much. You don't have to run around to do stuff. It's all pretty contained to like, most of the sails are furl. Like it's pretty easy to reef and do things. It's pretty low key. So it makes it a little easier.
How do you handle your spinnaker? Is it a cockpit launch or what do you do with it?
Yeah, it's not just in a bag, and,
Okay.
and I don't know. We were hosting it off the deck top
Mm-hmm.
or the cabin top, but you could cockpit launch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you use it a lot? I saw it up
The
and
spinnaker as much as, yeah, I mean,
Depended on angle.
yeah, sure. But
The first day we were on it almost the whole time until we got to the bottom of Vashon.
Okay.
And then we used it a little bit more somewhere else. But
just quickly, that first night was, we were kind of, I don't know, slow going. I don't know if you want to talk about this section. I was asleep.
oh yeah, this is just this is a really brutal current compressions, and I just remember not making any progress against the shore here. And
Why did you go through there versus around, that's Anderson Island, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
There you go.
this is Anderson.
versus going around the south,
Yeah. to the
it's
south.
shorter.
Probably about a mile.
It was all pedal.
We learned our lesson. from the previous mistake.
Yeah.
I was gonna use Molly's excuse here because, this is the point where I went to sleep right there, and so I don't know why we ended up falling back.
What?
Yeah.
I've heard no mention of the metal.
The Narrows were chill going down.
Yeah.
We flew right through them. It wasn't a problem at all. With wind, we hit it a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just before the sway.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the door closed.
Yeah.
the door closed.
Yeah. There's a lot of those door closes points at this, and then like, yeah, I mean, the race is very much from our little window, and like we may not have experienced like that door was wide open for us. We just flew right through. Everything was jolly. But this section was kind of slow. A number of boats kind of like extended from us going through here. I don't know, like, I don't know if there was some magical puffs. There's been talk about other people's pedal drives through there. But this, I was awake for this next section as we're starting to head towards Butt Inlet over here. And we were all sailing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And at some point, it was really light though. It was upwind, and we just committed to like basically pedaling and not trying to sail the breeze because it was so light that your tacking angles were terrible. And
Big drop sails and.
yeah, just pedaled into the wind. Like it
It's
was
hard.
painful.
I don't know about
but-
you guys, like, we haven't really talked about fatigue or anything yet, but like at this point, this is when people were just starting to get really fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
And so, after talking to my crew afterwards, they were up for that, and they were having a really hard time convincing themselves to not sail because then they're getting back on the bike.
Yeah.
And it was exhausted.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that whole, I mean, I felt like we all worked pretty hard on those too, and like trying to figure out what the sustainable like pace was to keep pedaling. And, yeah, it's, I don't, no magic sausage, just like, okay, what's good for you, you know? But
Are you guys real experienced, like cyclists and didn't really train?
I did ride a little bit of trainer at home, just ever so slightly. But I'm not, I mean, I've ridden a bike a lot in my life, but the pedal drives are really interesting because it's not about whether you ride a bike a lot. It's about how big of a person, how many watts you can push. So you can be like an expert bicyclist, you get on a pedal drive and it puts you to shame because you don't put out 400 watts or whatever that a bigger person can do. And so it's weird. You need the cardio and you need a lot of juice in your system to make a pedal drive work. Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, because
Is this something you read about in physical fitness? Mag or something you just figured out? on your
as
own?
figured it out. Like you're better off having like just think about like someone you know that weighs like is a bigger person than you, and assuming they're physically fit enough that they can walk themselves up a flight of stairs,
Yeah.
they're gonna put out way more power than your fit small person. Like just put them to shame. So putting them on a bicycle and pedal drive, they're gonna be able to drag that boat through the water way better than a.
There you go, Paul. Start training.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tour de France cyclists, those guys, they can weigh 130 or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
They can climb mountains like crazy, but compared to a big guy that can
Yeah,
really
yeah.
try.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That's
That's
big old thigh. Those track guys. with big
yeah,
thighs.
that's what you need.
A
Yeah,
side
totally.
note from that though, you guys, is like we all like to do things that are physically hard, and there's like a pain threshold that we're willing to tolerate that is like a fun level of pain that is maybe higher than other people are willing to deal with because of the reward at the end. So like it was more of a we're having fun and we're also in a lot of pain.
Yeah, totally.
That's known as tight.
Yeah, yeah. Not super noteworthy, but like in this section, we're hugging up tight against the shore here, and that's because we're using that like program that was like there is a back eddy on this shore. We need to get close. So we were right up against that one, and then we transferred over to this other shore, and like there's some spots that they were kind of showing would be less current than just straight.
This is
lining it.
all current on the nose, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's classy.
Yeah, so we're now rounding the shoal down here in Olympia, and I think I've got a little video. Oh, this is not quite lined up. This is the next morning and we're up here, but yeah, yeah.
Coming off the pedal drive. Personal warm hand. Everybody from hobby current.
Little.
Yeah. But that was all night. Yeah.
There's no coasting.
Yeah, there's no coasting.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. All night long. I mean, it was,
Boards are up and one runner down.
yeah. That's the nice thing about the Goujon is you can switch rudders to clear weeds and switch boards to clear weeds and still have some.
Yeah, we were constantly rotating through boards.
Yeah.
Actually, right after this video, we dropped the paddle over the side, I think.
Oh, really?
And had to do a 360 to pick it up.
Oh, I missed it. That's
You make the guy who dropped it pedal.
I dropped it, yeah. And I cut
yeah, from our race perspective, as we like nosed into Colvos here, actually, just as we approached underneath the Tacoma Narrows, breeze came in pretty strong. Like at the Narrows, we probably had 10 to 15, and by the time we got up to the very start of Colvos, it was gusting to 17 or more and really blustery.
On the nose.
Yeah, on the nose, and just yeah, it felt kind of sketchy, to be honest, after just sitting there like in no wind for 12 hours.
So talk a little bit about your the water ballast, because you know that boat's it's trailerable, right? So what,
Yep.
8.5 max or something. So in conditions like that, I mean, I assume you guys can read.
Yeah,
So
so
is there
we
some kind
had
of
two
combination?
reefs in. We did two reefs on the main. That's us, with
And,
two reefs.
and is your order kind of like ballast first and then start reefing, or do you do a combination?
Oh, this isn't two reefs yet. Yeah, I think we ballast before we reef. We sailed the boat. It sails pretty well to weather in breeze without even, the main is just cut so flat and it's just so heavy. Like I feel like it's pretty heavy weather setup on the sail plan currently. So, yeah, I think it's on there.
Yeah. I don't know, I was trying to go back to this. I don't know, something's. not
Well,
working.
anyways,
Yeah.
so we would be fully ballasted before we reef.
And, on your tax, when it's blowing that hard, you have, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, teeny little main, you know.
So skinny. So, when you tack, are you dumping ballast first or?
Yep.
or-
Yeah.
Dump ballast, tack, and then put.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, so the scuppers, for some reason, there's enough like hydrostatic pressure on the lure tank that it's just got a scupper that faces forward and a scupper that faces back to drain. So one scoops it up, one drains it. But even when you're going full speed, if you're up on a hole, for some reason, it doesn't drain on its own. So we actually drain the weather tank as much as we can first before we go into the tack. And then we fill. There's no pump, so this is all passive. Yeah, I just open the forward scupper to fill up the tank until, like in that much breeze, you fill it until it starts going out the overflow. It doesn't fully fill the tank and then flows.
Do they still use that Elsham Bailey?
That's what it is, yeah,
Oh, that's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, so popping out Clovis, we had great breeze all the way up to Whidbey. This is us just approaching the south end of Whidbey Island. There's I don't know who, someone sent you a photo of us. I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is from the ferry. Like, so this is one of the cool things about this race is people are watching you everywhere on the tracker. And so we were getting pictures. I think this was Kurt Watkins. He was on the ferry, the Edmonds Kingston ferry, and he spotted us. So we have a collection of photos in here from people that are just like random friends that have saw us.
Tried to catch you, but you beat us to the south end of Liberty Way before we can get down.
Yeah.
Left a day later out of Fort Fountain. And you guys were already down back.
Already down and back. Yeah.
Caught everybody else, but not you guys. You're too far out.
You're not on the tracker. We need to keep that.
No, we
Hey,
weren't.
you guys are-
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. We don't know where you are on the screen at this
Right.
moment.
I have a question about packing.
Uh-huh.
So you would empty the windward ballast before you down.
Yeah.
And then, pack into an empty tank of lures. You just fill the lure tank.
No, I think you just sail it flatter and fill the weather tank is what we would do. We'd just take it easy for a little bit. And,
Do you typically sail it with, one hole out, or do you usually try and sail it with both holes in? Yeah, well, other members, I've talked to like the guys who used to have Dragonfly, I was talking to him once, and I was up on the 40 cat, and they just never really liked to fly hull, when it first started in the sail area. But,
Yeah.
then of course, the margin is.
Molly pushes way more. When I would hand the helm over to Molly,
Molly's
the
on
boat would
the
heel
hull.
over more right away. I was like, not for me, but like if she wants to capsize her boat, that's fine. I got my dry suit on.
yeah, I would say try to fly it a little bit. Yeah, it's like it doesn't need to be more. If you're like out of the water this
That's
much, it's
good
enough.
enough, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ideal.
It seems like if we easily get stuck in ice, if you're messing with things, that would be tough.
No, it's after we complete. It's like we drain before, then we tack, and then we fill going the other way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get more of those, or is it out?
It's on a trailer. We have it in a storage lot up in Fort Townsend.
So, if you had a short tax situation, you have the tax empty.
Or full, yeah. Yeah. I think when it's really wavy out, it's better not to have both tank spouses because you're just riding so much lower that the underwing keeps hitting on the chop.
You think when you're going up like the path, you know, if you got the breaking case, so on.
Not too many. I mean, I think the closest was Wami when we were saying,
Mhm.
but yeah.
A lot of packing in Cobalt.
A lot of tacking of Cobalt, yeah.
You have to go for the first tax. Like, I mean, it's at 30 seconds.
Like every canal.
There was nothing in the canal. We didn't have the pleasure of having wind in the canal, so it was just pedaling up there. But yeah, there wasn't too much of that. Like the next sort of dead wind zone was the south end of Whidbey. Like I woke up right around. We had
We had a very, very short tacking part that where
oh
for missing, the door was closed.
got it.
But under that, a lot of time.
Oh, gnarly. No, yeah, we got lucky on there. I think we came through with there wasn't an adverse current. I mean, it was pretty easy for us to get through. And actually, I think we were getting pushed.
Yeah,
to
we're
be
getting
honest.
pushed.
Yeah,
Both ways. I mean,
yeah, under the bridge. Yeah.
Out with adverse current, but we had something like this, not like this, it was didn't matter. But on the way back up, we had current against us getting heavier and we had the wind against us.
Yeah. He's just like not going. Yeah. 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 I think, I mean, if I go back and look at the tracker, I think we made 2 tacks to get through that whole section. We like took one long tack up against the right hand shore going north, one back to left, and then we were through. Yeah. Yeah. It was a push. It was not. Wow. Yeah.
Guy it was like this, and then it was shorter. And it was this.
Until it wasn't going anywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Then so you drop the anchor. Yeah. This south end of Whidbey, though, we were approaching. We had great breeze, but there was a massive hole that went shore to shore, and yeah, I think we were probably. I remember I woke up. We were doing 14 knots coming into here, and like, and just totally done. Like, and right at that same time, I was like pulling my dry suit off, getting ready to get on the pedals. We go to put a bigger sail up, and as we were hoisting it, the halyard comes detached. We sky a halyard. We send Molly up the mast here to go grab it while Michael or one of us is pedaling. Molly's up the mast. We're just like trying to keep the whole system moving. It was pretty funny, but it worked. And this might be a little video of me getting dressed. I can't remember.
Emily,
Going up there.
just hunker down, get ready, to take all of my clothes off because of this giant glass hat that looks like it's about 2.5 miles long.
Yeah.
So this is coming off right now.
We enjoyed the drive to like Jackie Korea.
Yeah, that was really fun. Novel, but coming to an end.
Back in the pedal.
Yeah.
And yeah, going up with you, we had a pretty easy go of tacking our way up here, and our breeze shut off just halfway up Camino probably, and there was basically no wind from here off the top of the screen until we got to Anacortes. Yeah, that was the next long night. I'm not sure what this is. Did I just, I just did that one. Okay.
When you guys went through the canal, did you have a push, or you have adverse? It was splits in the middle.
Yeah.
Or somewhere in between.
I think it's something in between. We had a little bit of adverse most of the way. We never had any push in there. It was just,
Against you the whole way.
yeah, just by like a half a knot or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, we had breeze, like I said, we had breeze around this point. There was a house, they were cheering up here, which was really fun, right off of Camino. That was really cool. And yeah, the wind went really wacky here. I thought we were gonna sail for a moment, and then it just shut down, and we went to shore and just started pedaling. And pedaling. And yeah, you can tell when our track goes, like our path is kind of straight. That's what's going on. Like I'm pretty sure folks were sailing back
I
here, or
think
at
we
least
were.
trying to. Yeah.
It was pretty light still there.
Uh-huh. That's the slough from on board.
Did many people go out to the, Deception Path?
Boy, not many. At least not in the first group, right?
Only, I heard one that did.
Yeah.
Not many. I mean,
Time pretty low, I imagine.
yeah. You have to be there for that time. Plus, it's a little longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, yes, we're popping out the slough here. The next two folks are about to get into it. This is Molly pedaling, I think. Oh, it's me pedaling.
And they pedaled the whole thing.
The machine.
Sounds like a diesel.
The belt drive.
You guys did notice that bridge closed. That train bridge.
The train bridge. Yeah,
Did you check that?
I did not check it. We just rolled. Yeah. Probably should have. I was watching the promotional video on the Goujon, and they advertised that you can just drop the rig while you're sailing. And I thought, man, we could have been prepared for that.
Could have been another first.
Yeah,
That would have been good.
yeah.
Yeah.
What, I missed it, is that a wind or something?
No, there's a railroad bridge there that.
It's really low.
They close. They like close it in the morning and they wait forever for like a train, like maybe 5 cars to get through.
That's pretty low, too.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
get under, well, you guys might.
Maybe we could.
That would have been a good train.
Yeah, it's just like.
If you guys could have slid like the limbo.
Yeah,
or-
gotta take the gin pole off.
Race boats in England in the canals and they're sailing like full on right into it. Like the last second they drop the mast and they scoot through. And
Oh, wow.
drop it right there.
Yeah, we're not prepared for that, are we?
Next time.
It's really
Yeah.
cool to watch them.
Better hope we don't see more leases in time.
So they're well practiced, doing it since they were kids probably.
Another thing that was kind of interesting for us as we came out of the slough, Michael was down because he was feeling sick, and Molly and I were sailing, starting to get some breeze, and like, can we tack a little bit? And we ran around twice, like trying to go to the right, just barely out of the slough. It's so shallow at low tide, mid tide. Like it was mid tide because it was covered with water, but like a foot of water, and.
It makes it nice and nice.
It's
Yeah,
deceptive,
it's so deceptive. You just got nowhere. And like, we're like, why is the pedal drive making weird noise? And you're like, oh, everything's in the ground. God. Yeah, totally. Yeah, but that you have to go almost up to like where my cursor is. Like you really have to get quite a stretch out of here to start being able to tack it all. But we started to get breeze again right around this spot. So, we don't have a shot of going into Bellingham Bay, but yeah, this like we probably were sailing in 5 to 6 knots from Bellingham Bay all the way to Point Roberts. Yeah.
Did you get there in the dark? Or did you see the mark?
We got there in daylight.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. We had nightfall right here on the way back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could find finding that thing.
Oh, it was
We
hard
did during the day.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah, so hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had some magical wind shift going on because coming up through Lummi, which you can't quite see at the bottom corner of the screen, we were tacking all the way through here, and as we popped our way out, the breeze rotated to the left a bit, and we were able to sail this close hauled configuration like one tack straight to there. I don't know what was going on, but like the wind gods were in our favor there. And it was occasionally, do we ever pedal that section? Maybe
And
a
I
little
think
bit.
occasionally motor.
Yeah, motor
sail,
pedals.
motor sails.
Yeah,
What is that?
Well, then like the sea breeze, it comes through the Strait of Juan and then it goes north.
north, yeah.
By Vancouver Island and goes south.
Mm-hmm.
And then Puget Sound.
Yeah,
So that's what you're getting.
yeah, maybe that's what we're getting at the edge of that thing. Yeah. Yeah, this is a little interview by Maritime Center right as we come around Point Roberts. I'll play that for a sec.
Legit before you hoist the benefit.
In that case, we were.
Because we tacked around the bark, it's just easier. But that actually ended up not being the sail that we used on that way.
That looked like a racing buoy.
Yeah, they had just put one out. Yeah,
Very close to shore.
yeah,
Very close to shore.
yeah. Like probably way too close for night and kelp and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah,
That was-
yeah, because there was a bunch of kelp in there and kelp fields and stuff.
We probably saw the kelp and said, let's put it here.
Yeah, exactly. You're like,
We
oh,
want to haul up.
yeah, exactly. It's only 20 feet deep here. It's a great spot. Yeah. Decision wise though, I mean, this is kind of a decision point once you come around Point Roberts, because you need to make your plan of attack for going through the San Juans. It didn't feel to me like there was much of a decision. It was,
We just had to sail the breeze that we had at
yeah,
that point.
And
yeah. So we just basically aimed like for us what was the shortest point and actually had wind taking us, which was right back almost the way we came, just to the west side of Lummi.
I think what you were saying earlier to me was that our wind conditions, I think, were very different from, at this point, from a lot of the rest of the race, or maybe even through the whole stuff, through the whole race course. Because I think the folks behind us got some pretty big wind. We just kind of scooted by, kind of light wind the whole time. We did a ton of pedaling in this little section.
Yeah. There's little video clips from a little bit earlier when we were still going up to Point Roberts, but
Okay, quick video tour. Molly and I are on watch. Molly's got her paddle, defending us from weeds and kelp. We've installed a deck sweeper main, aka our sunspot. Well, it's actually providing us a phase relief. But here we are treading along. Point Roberts on the nose. And what are we doing now? 7-5. Okay, bye everyone.
that need to put my hands on it comment is about was starting to lift the hull. And like it was being steered by the auto helm, and like I was getting nervous that there wasn't anyone, a human, touching that helm, so we wouldn't capsize. So yeah.
Does it feel like it could capsize easily, like Trimaran's pretty beamy, but that's not, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think you get to a certain point. I think we were at that point. I think we're all really tired, so maybe a little flinchy on how much to push it. And Anthony really never sailed that boat very much until this race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
I have a small trimaran and it's way more comfortable to push on. This thing feels like you're on a knife edge the whole time. Like, the sensation that you can like just lay on the sails a little bit in a trimaran and really load the thing up is not, it doesn't exist in the same way. Except for when you put some water in, you're like, oh, okay, I got something to pull against. Otherwise it feels that you want to be paying attention. Yeah, it feels that way. I don't know how close it actually is. I've never capsized.
I mean, I think the way Russell had it rigged, and we haven't really changed it, is everything you can flow sheets really quickly, really easily. Everything's kind of there, so you can grab and nothing get caught in a cleat in a way that you can't blow it immediately.
You guys have a pelagic,
Yeah.
auto helm, and, didn't use it much, and you use it, you can use it off the wind instruments or GPS.
We use it off of, we don't have wind instruments.
So it's just GPS driven. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
bearing.
It works really well. I mean, I think when you can sail with the auto helm, I'm convinced that it's better than helming it by hand. It took a while to get Anthony
Why do you
to
say
convince him.
It's a
What?
robot, you don't want to trust that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on not trusting robots, but I think I think to build a parent that you build can get lost really quickly if you lose focus on the helm and not
So the auto helmet is sailing via.
to a course
Yeah, yeah.
and so I think
Oh,
the boat course corrections that you get inadvertently from like turning your head or something you don't lose that flow and the build apparent wind building that you can
So you actually
And you're
use
doing
it
it-
a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, I think once we kind of got past the windy bits, yeah, I think
so
I think
you're sailing to a compass,
Yeah.
yeah.
not
Yeah.
apparently.
Well, I mean, you can do this, but you're making very small adjustments that are very controlled if you
Yeah.
need to.
Oh, it's really
Yeah,
Push button sailing.
sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But very active sail adjustment
Yeah.
at the same time, right? You're like, you're kind of trading one for the other instead of doing both at the same time.
So you're trimming and tweaking quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A question about the, pedal. Did you get the propeller out of the water when you're sailing?
Yeah. And it takes time. I mean, we were using bicycle clip-in bike shoes, and that takes the longest time of the whole getting ready is like putting the propeller down in the water takes a couple like 10 seconds, but getting your shoes on and trying not to walk around the boat with clips so you don't poke holes in your boat, that's another more, more challenging. Yeah, just a quick bit more about this getting into the San Juans. Some breeze picked back up right as we were going in. We're going in right at sunset, and the forecasts were all over the place. It was actually kind of nerve-wracking. I didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. Like the forecasts weren't really calling for breeze. We had gusts probably to 15 as we were approaching Lummi Island. And with spots that were no wind, like there'd be 15 knots on one side and there's 0 wind on the other side of the channel. And anyway, we just tried to stay in whatever breeze we had, which meant we were kind of short tacking up Lummi for a bit. And we worked our way down
We
through.
just kept getting lifted. Right?
Yeah, we just kept getting lifted, and once we got up to here on Lummi, we got a big old lift until we sailed all the way through here, and then the wind rotated around to more of this west southwest. West. It was right next to in that zone next to Ork. Up here it was dead. Yeah.
Well,
And
right
just-
on land, but when
Yeah.
you get like places up there, it's like a wind tunnel in so where you think you're gonna get shelter.
Uh-huh.
Standing patterns go to the same area and just get
Totally.
dead.
Yeah, I mean that like what's
But it's worth it.
yeah, Orcus, like this zone of Orcus looked so looked like there was like kind of no wind. There's this breeze was stacked up against Lummi.
And we were ready to pedal through the whole San Juans again. At this point,
We
or
thought
a
we
little bit
were.
before, we were actually making tacking decisions based on where we could drift backwards onto a mooring ball.
Yeah, because we didn't think we were going to be sailing all night. The forecast wasn't for anything.
And there's it was about tide was about to switch into a big flood.
Yeah.
What one wall?
There's like
Yeah.
yeah. We were like, okay, can we get to Clark to tie up? It looks like there's no more wind, and then we're like, we got a little more wind. Do we keep trying to go? Like, what's gonna happen? And we basically did that into the night. Yeah. But yeah, we got,
I think this is the split that
Yeah.
happened, right?
yeah, this is about where I went to bed, which was good.
One good note to just add is at this point going into it, the boys had each only slept 2 hours total for the 2 days that were into it, and I had 3 hours of sleep. So like smart
Molly
thinking
was coming fresh.
smart thinking had started to go downhill, and like there were points where I told Mike that he wasn't firing on all mental cylinders. I think that was a direct quote. So we were all starting to get really tired, and we decided to change the watch at this point to a 3 hour sleep time so that people could get a little bit more rest.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. The it was really weird through this section. I mean, like I said, this is right around where I went to bed, but you were sailing in a southerly here, Michael? What did you guys have?
Yeah, southeasterly,
Okay.
really weird south. We were fully anticipating a big westerly, big breeze. We were pretty conservatively sailing at this point. Probably overly conservative for the wind. We were just waiting for like a westerly to hit us.
Did you guys get in before the fog, or were you in fog?
There's a really interesting band of fog around this point that came east off of Whidbey, and there's like a ribbon that passed over us, and then like disappeared. It was bizarre, and we weren't that far off of Smith Island. Yeah, it was like pea soup, and then it just totally cleared up. It was like perfect.
This during the day.
No, night. This overnight was like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, AIS.
Nope.
We're looking at the
We were looking at
the public AIS available stuff.
see if
I will say
boats were
that it
coming,
was
they
really,
couldn't see us,
it was also really lumpy that night, and I had really good dreams. I thought I was flying. Because like, and every time I tried to walk somewhere in my dream, I would be leaping like across rooms to go talk to my friends, and then leaping. I'm like, I couldn't figure it out until I finally woke up like right around here, and I put my head out, and I'm like, oh my God, that's what's going on. The boat's just been like bouncing all night long. Anyway, and yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It's like, yeah, it was a fun night's sleep, that's for sure. Anyway, it's kind of poking our head around the corner. Worked its way into a little bit of a westerly as we came into finish. Yeah, I think this video is right about the finish line. Yeah, the leftover waves, not that much wind. And cold.
We also
You can see that kind of
tested
fog.
Russell's safety equipment right before this section too, didn't we, Michael?
Oh, and we ran into all the kelp. So he's got quick releases on all the retractable blades, where if you hit land or a kelp bed, like everything like retracts. So we all of a sudden like everything popped open, and we're like, what happened? And we looked, and we were just on top of like this big bed of kelp.
We'd
Just
never
right
done
off, Partridge Point. Yeah.
first time doing all four in one go.
So those are like phosphorus?
Yeah, yeah.
So those are cleats on hinges or something like that?
Yeah, cleats on hinges with bungee holding them.
It's a pretty slick setup. You just make some out of door hinges. Like stainless steel door hinges.
Oh,
Yeah. Really? I talked to him.
Yep, no, that's it. You're right.
The boards are pivoting or something?
They're pivoting, yeah, on it. So we're good.
I don't know. Yay! Here's the belt. If anyone wants to see it.
We want to touch the belt.
Yeah, the thing's crazy. It's so substantial.
Yeah, can you give that back for next wave?
Yes, absolutely.
And
Yeah, it gets, yeah.
It's not a keeper.
No, it's not.
special trophy.
Get your name engraved on it, though.
It's on there, yeah. That's great.
Maybe a little sunrise finish, which was pretty beautiful with the fog and everything. It was a pretty magical time to get in. And I mean, everyone else is like a few boats made it in that day before the breeze really kicked
Yeah.
in, but then
And some didn't.
in some, yeah, then it's amazing how much a few hours makes a difference in this thing, right? Just like a totally different experience. Yeah. Few other photos from the finish line. Russell's having a good time over here. Having the fun at the finish. Yeah, paddling into the finish line.
Again.
Yeah.
Paddling.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. That was full speed, 2 paddlers and a peddler. Exactly. Get a cup of coffee.
So Molly, I have a question for you, because you were talking about changing the watches, and you said that you started out with a 2-hour and that you decided to go to 3-hour at the very end. But if you would do it again, would you come up with a completely different watch schedule?
I don't think so. I think we just learned the first 2 nights all night long. Excuse me. The first 2 nights all night long were pedaling. And that, like Mike said, that like coming in full energy and high endorphins from pedaling, I never felt tired both of those nights. I was wide awake, even though I had very little sleep. And I think I probably would have tried to adjust for a longer shift then to give my body more time to calm down and actually get some rest beforehand. Once we were sailing at night, I was exhausted. I ended up sleeping through the San Juans, sleeping, quote unquote. I just lay there, and it was pretty intense, a lot of healing over, like the guys said, with all those puffs. So I actually didn't sleep at all. And then sailing through the fog and the strait at night, I was so tired. And both the guys basically passed out in their dry suits, stretched out across the cabin, like no bed necessary, passed out and slept 3 hours. So if the race had gone for another day, I think we would have accumulated a lot of sleep. But with 3 people, it's hard to do a different watch setup.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the number of people has a huge impact.
Yeah.
When we did the race to Alaska years back, we had 8, and we had actually a pretty decent schedule where you were.
Yeah, you got real rest there.
Yeah.
It was like, was it either
Don't
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was either 4 or 6 hours off. It's 4 hours off, 6 hours on, or something like that.
Yeah, I
It
can't
was-
remember.
Yeah.
And we kind of all rotated through sailing through, and it worked.
We got a lot of rest. We just didn't get a lot of sleep. I think we were really good about staying on a watch schedule. And also I think we did a good job of adjusting it and realizing like we need more sleep. But yeah, it's just kind of awkward with 3 people to get a good shift.
Okay, I've got a closing video that also includes the squeaker in the background.
All right, we're gonna watch in 360. Day 30. Wait. Committed to Brock. Just can't get it. Far along there. High. Anthony, we miss you. We're missing the person. Who saved your seat? All right.
Where are you pedaling? It's in Prague, on
They had a vacation planned later on.
Old River.
Mike's family's Czech, so there's, that's all we have. But if there's any more questions for the chat, my computer is going to die here shortly. So for those online, I may lose you here. Any quick questions from people online?
Congratulations and thank you for doing this. I appreciated that.
Yeah, thanks to the Northwest Multi-Hull Association for inviting and putting it all together. So,
Yes,
good luck with your Goujon, Bruce.
maybe I'll be
now.
doing one of these in a year.
Bruce,
Okay, sounds
what
good.
hole did you buy?
It's number 14, which is actually the second to the last one built. It came from
And where are
Detroit.
you, Bruce?
I'm in
Detroit?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay,
Awesome.
I'm East Coast sailor.
nice.
I have
Covering the country right
other
now.
multis. I have a Dragonfly and a Crowther 33. So this is a step up for me.
Yes, yeah.
I think I'll enjoy it. Good night. I'm tired. See you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, Bruce.
Good night.
Bye.
It's like
Yeah, working.
Mulcher holiday, Stephen. No, it has all the mobiles, Stephen. Marco, yeah. Steve Marco, collects all these mobiles in North Carolina now. Yes.
You're right. Yeah, there you go.
Those are three significant boats that Bruce got out.
I didn't hear exactly. what-
Dragonfly was one of them.
Oh, well.
And it's crowded.
Hmm.
$4 a bottle. So next question, are you guys gonna do the R2AK on
Uh,
that?
not next year. So I think doing this, gave us a lot of, respect for what Russell did on the Washington, or on the Race to Alaska solo. Yeah, and like, I mean, I could imagine going maybe a little bit longer, but not much longer. I mean, that was pretty tough, you know?
When you
And,
Russell
and,
got
and,
off the
and
lot,
we've done the Race to Alaska and the conditions were way bigger than what we experienced, I think.
yeah, in the bigger the R2AK than it was this contract.
Yeah, I can't imagine going through Johnstone at night.
Yeah, that's gotta be too.
But I mean, that's another reason to
And
sort of do it like Russell and sleep and stop and. you know.
How did you find it? Like how, because I think that you had to power R2AK versus WA360.
Way more on the WA360.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I think we were almost.
Called South.
I mean, I can't remember the total. At one point, I did the total like mileage for how much we did human powered, and it was
24
absurd.
hours. 24 hours was pedaled, whether it was power or not, and it took us 2 days and 18 hours.
But R2AK is like you have to pedal half as much overall, or
I mean, for us, it was, yeah, we didn't pedal much at all in the Race to Alaska. I mean,
And we pedaled every day,
but not.
but like 2 hours.
Yeah.
maybe? Over 4 days, like.
And but we were also that the year that we did it, there was reasonable breeze, and we were sharing it with 8 people. So it becomes way different than like the
yeah.
and all we're talking about this watch schedule, like a 2-hour shift is kind of nice so that you can at least get off the pedals pretty quick. Or if you're like if you're on for 6 hours or something, and you're like it's just you and one other person rotating through the pedals. Like you only got so much stamina in you before you're like, okay, I give up. So, with a small number of players. So I don't know, it kind of worked out a little bit that way. Yeah.
Looked like a perfect boat.
It felt like it.
It's
Yeah.
an awesome boat.
Yeah, really cool.
You guys blew our doors off of my, this is straight, so.
Mm.
So do you think the advantage of that boat is it a better paddler or better sailor or better pedal sail combination of it?
Like of our campaign or our program?
No, just the advantage of that particular boat over like a Corsair Trimaran.
I'd say low drag.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
3,000
like you
pounds,
get-
very,
you
very
get a lot
fine
more
hulls.
value.
Or a
Yeah.
Corsair, you got a huge blob you're pushing through.
It's like 3,000 pounds lighter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
And I mean, the drag coefficient's way down.
yeah, 32 feet.
Yeah.
That's, yeah,
But it's narrow,
yeah.
it's thin.
No.
Oh, what?
8, just over 8 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. Like from jumping back and forth from the trimaran that I have to that to the Goujon. The Goujon does feel super slippery. Like
Yeah.
it just,
I mean,
it doesn't
it's
take much.
fine,
Yeah.
very fine.
At the same time, though, you really have to tune in, like if you're to like really optimize that low efficiency, you got to make sure your sails are really trimmed, like not too baggy or not too
Yeah,
full, not too deep. They got to be pretty flat to really make
Yeah.
the most of a boat that goes that thick.
Hmm.
So,
And you're on a, oh, like, you know, one of you said you're on a knife edge. If you overpower suddenly,
yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of time to react from that.
yeah, it's still.
You said you could get 3 1/4 off with one person.
Yeah, I mean, that's not sustainable, like, for a long time, but you could do
A
it.
lot of time we were assisting with the paddle.
Yeah.
That really took the load off of the person pedaling quite a bit. But, yeah, if you're just pedaling alone, pushing everything, it took some mental fortitude.
Lock out.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure if that's.
We-
Like your people on trimarans able to get. We haven't done a pedal drive yet, but that sounds like it's kind of higher.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought it was like it's not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I were to design a pedal drive from scratch for a boat like this, I would do everything in my power to make it a tandem pedal drive, like 2 people pedaling one drive shaft. I don't see any reason to design a single, like, it's really hard to make it's such a painful process to be grinding those pedals by yourself. And, yeah, that you want to have a second person to offset like dead spot on the pedals.
Even with a 3-person crew.
Yeah, it's just as soon as you sit on it, you're like, I'm over this. Like it doesn't feel good. Yeah. And so you really want to have a second to offset the dead zone in the crank.
Yeah, we always had 2 people on, unless, well, almost always. That would have made a huge difference. And then that just adds to like that wattage comment that you had. You just have more watts pushing the thing, and then like somehow putting gearing in would be really good. So you could, or like some sort of. I think the dream would be a variable pitch prop, but that takes a lot of time as well.
So you're saying that when you're pedaling, like on a bicycle, your inertia is carried you no pedal.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you don't.
But you can actually feel.
90%.
Oh, 100%. You totally feel. Yeah,
That's why they did the five around. I wonder if you could go to a multi-blade propeller.
it doesn't matter because your power is inconsistent. You're
Yeah,
just like
see
a
that-
surgeon.
That 90 one from the top to, you know, horizontal, and that's all you're working with. Yeah. It's interesting, like, you ever wanna, you know, check it out, and someone has one of those next time? It's like, if they let you do it, and you do this, and you can feel that dead spot, it's like, come. But then if you get off and you grab it by hand and go like this, there's no dead spot. So it's just the biomechanical, you know, the fact that your legs are only extended, you know, one end is that small, you know, thing like that. Your leg stroke is. Yeah, so there's not continual rotational force like you get with your hand.
We were messing around and I would like, actually one point in the slough, I was just really tired of doing that. I just got the autopilot was steering and I just got on my hands and knees and did it like a grinding station, like on a big boat, just held on the cranks. And you know, it actually feels better because you can power all the way through around the circle, but like you just don't have at least I didn't have.
No muscle.
There's no muscle.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this feels good. No, this feels terrible.
So, if you guys remember hearing about biotape Finland?
Oh, the ovals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elliptical.
I was I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Part of those,
Totally.
I think they would help us,
Yeah, they might. I never tried one, but I wouldn't be surprised if.
because your lever on it, the lever on it's changing.
Yeah.
Well, still, that's what it gives you the advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't tested one out, but I'm sure it would help. That deal is very real. So, yeah.
You do get more power with 2 people, and they're, you know, he was talking about psychological, well, it's just kind of nice to have someone else there. You don't feel quite so bad. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, trees don't go flying by. You know.
Psychological benefit.
The trees are very stationary. It's not like you're making progress. You know, you're just sitting there working and working, and like an hour goes by and It's moved backwards a little bit, so it's not, there's not a whole lot to get the positives with. So,
So if you had a pedal drive that engaged two people,
yeah,
say,
yeah, with their power strokes offset 90.
yeah.
My dream is three. Three, like three people on there. Yeah.
That's your dream?
Well, that's, so I can't tell you about the real big dream yet. Because
Oh, thanks you guys.
Yeah,
If there's
thanks
any
for
other
coming.
questions,
That's great.
keep going, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks everyone. Well,
Excellent competitors.
yeah, thanks. It was fun to do and looking forward to more of it.